It's an underwhelming start. Steve's appearance. I want it noted that Steve's appearance was not my fault. I started the game with a worm, and the worm seemed dead set on pissing off the gods long before I ever got down. The worm seemed dead set on pissing off the gods long before I even walked into the holy mountain. Which turned out to be mission accomplished. Steve roughed me up pretty bad. It also meant that... Well, I mean, ultimately, I guess I spent about... Oh my god. I guess I spent about as much time as I wanted to, working over our wands and spells, but that particular shop was kind of underwhelming. Damn. I think we managed to get all the gold out of that. Would it be worth damaging the Holy Mountain of Peace was a perk there? He's an awful lot of work. Like, it's an awful lot of work to chauffeur Steve around. It may have been easier if I'd had, like, a legitimate digging wand. But yeah, chauffeuring Steve around was kind of a pain in the ass, if I'm being honest. And he did, like... I've learned to respect Steve, but genuinely speaking, Steve doesn't hit that hard. Like, you take a shot, like a dead set shot to the face, he hits you for like 25, 30. But if he like glances you, if he grazes you, it's only like 5 to 10. It's not an absurd amount of damage. Honestly, it really was like towing artillery for sure. Yeah, honestly, it feels like you should be able to step on the spiders. I mean, they're already pretty straightforward, but there's definitely a part of me that feels like I should be able to just squish the spiders. That's good. I've been taking fiber supplements again. I think it's part of the reason that my eyes were bigger than my stomach. That was dumb. I think that's part of the reason my eyes are bigger than my stomach, despite being really hungry for lunch. Was that I've been taking it mostly to... work on my cholesterol. I can't even cast it. But I've also been using it as a appetite suppressant. I feel like I haven't had, like, I've used a black hole recently, but it was in kind of a blind panic. I feel like I haven't had a legitimate black hole wand for a while. What's with all the booby trap wands? Jesus. Yeah, I know your bullshit game. I've been killed by that trap before. I learned my lesson. Seth, how the hell are you? I saw you earlier when you were talking to Noah. But I can't help but feel like I'm spinning like 30 plates at once right now, trying to make sure that the subathon goes off as well as can be anticipated. Hey, feeling today solid weekend? Yeah, I don't want to be like, I don't want to be grumpy about it, but I had my in-laws Christmas party on Saturday, and it was kind of like, when I say it was hard to enjoy it, it was hard to concentrate on enjoying it because I just knew that I had all this stuff. I knew that I had all this stuff weighing on me in the back of my head. Scubble, thank you for the raid, man. I knew that I had all this stuff weighing on me in the back of my mind. I knew that Amber had signed us up for a Tuesday leaf pickup. So she was just like, Sunday, we're gonna have to get all the leaves up off the yard and to the front, to the front, curbside area. And I was like, who's we, Kimosabe? I was like, I've got your parents' Christmas party on Saturday, and then all of the stuff that I didn't get done on Saturday, I have to go do on Sunday. I feel bad. But 100% Amber was on her own, with the exception of what little bit of help she could get from our lazy ass sons. But Amber was 100% on her own about moving leaves to the curb, because I was just like, this was my, I don't know if you can see it, but like, this was my one-page legal pad list of stuff I had to get done yesterday. And I still slept in. Like, I slept in until like 10-ish, just because I get so sleep deprived during the week. It's my own fault, but I know you probably won't get to play it on stream at all. Did you see they announced Batman for the Suicide Squad game, and it's Kevin Conroy's last step into the role? I saw the reveal on that, which of course was incredibly bittersweet. Yeah, so I saw that. Ugh. Yeah, when it ended with thanks Kevin, it was like, ugh. Fuck you, cancer. Kevin Conroy dies of cancer, but Mitch McConnell lives forever. And you wonder why I don't go to church?
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Pogman tier 1, 57 months. Noita for the Noita gods. Wands for the Wand throne. And Henry Kissinger is still this guy. One of these days, I'm gonna show up with a wand worth a fuck, and I'm gonna kill you dead with it. Yeah. Kissinger's still alive. Fucking Mitch McConnell stays alive. But Kevin Conroy dies of cancer, and you wonder why I don't go to church. Mitch is a demi-lich. So anywho, I did see the reveal trailer on that though, and it was, you know, appropriately, you know, I hope it's a good game. It looks promising, but I mean, haven't we all been burned enough times now? We all saw what the Avengers game turned out to be, so it's like, I want that game to be good. Ryan, what's going on, brother? My wife says all the time that evil never dies. I don't know. I felt pretty bad because they were like, did you hear Kirstie Alley passed away? And I was like, oh no. Shame. What game are we talking about? Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League? Oh, it's a brine potion. That should still work, I would imagine. I don't know about Veronica's Closet. I'm an old man, so for me it's Kirstie Alley from Cheers and Look Who's Talking, who became like a full-blown MAGA anti-vax QAnon person. Yeah, stand in my piss puddle, dummy.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Is that recently announced? It feels like the Justice League, Kill the Justice League has been announced for about a year now. And they just have continued that like slow drip of like trailer footage. Mr. BG tier 131 months. Subathon, you say? Indeed. I figured like December is a time where we've agreed that any charitable contribution to any worthwhile charity that you make, and by you I mean anybody, we're gonna count. Feeding America, Trans Lifeline, the Trevor Project, United Way, St. Jude, any contribution, anything to help people during a local food pantry, Toys for Tots, you name it. Any charitable contribution puts time on the clock.
Hey man, those are bits.
Any cash spent on the channel puts time on the clock. And this is as, you know, I give Noah a hard time about wanting to put a subathon in December, but logistically it makes the most sense because it's a half year away from St. Jude. It's 6 months away either direction from me asking you for $60,000 in a week. Yeah, Serene, she got entangled with Scientology and went full like MAGA and conspiracy theory and QAnon and yeah, the game was announced a while back, but the Kevin reveal. Yeah, so the reveal the other day was that it's likely Kevin Conroy's last trip around Gotham City as Batman. I did a $50 contribution to a local children's hospital last week. I'd like it to be like, I'd like it to be the stuff that's happened while I've been live. Otherwise, and I'm not saying you're gonna do this, but I am saying that like, I could see myself in a situation where like people are going, I can find myself in a situation where people are going like all the way back to St. Jude going like, well, in October, well, in October, I did give $1,000 to the United Way. Now, back in August, I did give an awful lot of money. I'm like, well, yeah, okay. No, yeah, and I'm not getting shitty on you with it. It's just one of those things where it's like I feel like that question might come up again, and so there's definitely a part of me that wants to go ahead and like say that part out loud, just so everybody hears it. Where you know. If there's any ambiguity. You don't want to stay alive forever. I got real misgivings about it both directions. Ooh, Billy. I got real misgivings about it both directions because like obviously I don't think anybody ever wants their subathon to flop. But there's also a part of me that like, there's also a part of me that's terrified of the idea of this thing going for like a month and it's straining my marriage. You know what I mean? Like where my wife's just like, baby, we were gonna take Christmas card photos, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. My work comes first, Amber. Sweetheart, it's Rory's birthday. Well, you tell him Dad says he loves him. You tell that boy, how old is he now? You tell that child I say happy 9th, really, 9? Sweetheart, it's Christmas, you have to come downstairs. I can't, I'm awake, I gotta be live. You tell the boys I said Merry Christmas, this is how Daddy pays for the toys. You don't fill their heads with any of that nonsense about Santa Claus. I'm the one up here working. Sounds good, Noah. I think this week too, maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday if we stay live that long. I'm gonna play, sorry, I had messages from Santa about the... He said that he had me use Streamlabs for cash tips just for the subathon last year to make it work. He says he doesn't know Stream Elements, but he'll try to figure it out tonight after he gets done with his actual job. Great, great. What's the name of the game I'm possibly playing with them? Warhammer Darktide. So it'd be like me, Justin, and Brizzy, and somebody else, because I'm told that this is like Warhammer's version of Left 4 Dead. But Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe, in the afternoon, we could end up playing Darktide with Justin and Brizzy. We're at 7 spins. Jiminy Christmas. Rory's graduation, Ryan. When will it end? So anywho, we've got stuff. We've got a couple of sponsored segments. We're gonna be doing Marvel Strike Force again, and every single one of those that goes through, we're gonna count as though you put cash in my hand, and we're gonna put time on the clock. We've got Madrinas tomorrow. Every order of Madrinas that goes through, we're gonna count it as though you put cash in my hand. We're gonna put time on the clock. If we make it to next week, I guess stranger things have happened. Look at this shit. I guess stranger things have happened, but if we make it to next week, I'm gonna be doing sponsored time with Green Chef, which is another HelloFresh subsidiary, but it's their, oh my god. It's another HelloFresh subsidiary, but it's their bougie, like organic top shelf one. And I don't say that as a dig. I say that out of excitement. I saw a photograph on Reddit and somebody said something to the effect of like, I don't remember the last time a game engine change made such a difference in a video game. And I saw the screen grab of the game that they were showcasing. I didn't realize it was Fortnite. I, honest to God, was looking at this screen grab of Fortnite, and all I could think to myself was, I don't even know what game this is. And it wasn't until I saw like the HP and armor bar, or the HP and chug bar, the blue juice bar. It genuinely wasn't until I saw that I was like, God damn, this is Fortnite? Like, I got real, like, what do you mean? Like, I got so confused. What do you mean this is Fortnite? It's beautiful. I'm gonna remember that this torch wand is here in case we decide to go get all that health. But yeah, Sky King, I've got, I'm still terrible at Dota. Like, let me be 100% clear. I'm still ass terrible at Dota. But I've got, I don't know, 1,500 hours in the game. I've only streamed it, like, once or twice on my alt account. I've never had any desire to be judged by my Dota gameplay. Any more so than what my teammates are already judging me by. Can we add Taffy goes to the gym after the subathon? Do you mean like once the subathon is wrapped up, or do you mean after, like, it during the nighttime? Because the gym is gonna be closed by the time I'm done with the subathon during the day. Once it's wrapped up, I plan on doing that anyway. I am getting puffy again to the point that my XL shirts are starting to get tight in the shoulders, and that's become my, like, de facto signal to myself that I'm starting to get a little plump, is when my XL start getting tight in the shoulders. No, yeah, once I'm done, I'm literally stopping and just giving myself enough time to sit for like 30-40 minutes, decompress in the living room, go to sleep, wake up, come right back in here and start all over again. I hoped for a little bit that I might have the discipline necessary to wake up and go to the gym at 5:30 in the morning during the subathon. But considering the fact that I'm day 1, 3 hours in, and I'm already on like 4 hours of sleep because it took me so long to get it all set up, I was like, ah. I had the best intentions, but it's probably just not gonna happen until the subathon's over. Yeah, Lisa, there's so many places like that that, like, you know, I understand why, but like, there are so many places like that where, the part of the selling point for me was, the 24/7 aspect of it, because I'm just like, I have the potential to keep real erratic hours. And seeing so many 24/7 establishments, shelve that because COVID made it difficult to turn a profit is real, real real strong energy. I don't know how to get in there. I can't fire the black hole wand, which is a pain in the ass. 30 minutes of time to the workout wheel. I wouldn't know where to, like, it would be 30 minutes of dead air because I would leave the room. I don't have anything set up for you to watch me work out. And considering the fact that in the past I've said I'd rather have you watch me jerk off than work out, because working out feels so intimate to me, because I got such bad anxieties about it, about what's going on inside my head during a workout. I don't have anything set up anywhere where you could watch. It would literally just be 30 minutes of dead air while I left the room to do bodyweight exercises. One of my favorite times to go to the gym pre-COVID was like 10 a.m. or 5 a.m. or 10 p.m. depending on hubby's workday. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I used to go at 2 in the morning, and that was like, I would do that instead of, I would go at like 2 in the morning and do that instead of, like going to a bar. I'm wondering whether or not I'm going to be able to get in here. It's gotta be close. If you had a quest 2, you could beat Saber downstairs while broadcasting it. Wasn't like the first VR setup we had, I think was the first VR setup we had, I think, was a quest. But I feel like we swapped it out. I feel like we swapped it out for an HTC Vive because it played nicer with Steam. The way the first one that Champion bought me was a quest. But the problem that we ran into is that I couldn't broadcast with it. It was super convenient for just like going downstairs and playing without a computer. But broadcasting it was a total pain in the ass. Or is that it wasn't even a total pain in the ass, it was like virtually impossible with my setup. If I remember correctly. Maybe the Quest 2 or the Quest 2 may not have existed when I was trying. I mean, this is back in the Alien Isolation day. You little prick. Yeah, it might have been that I got the original Quest. I got the original Quest, couldn't really stream with it, traded it for the Vive, which worked really well for that, but 100% tethers me to this spot. I don't think I'll be able to get through. In the spirit of the World Cup, maybe I could football this over there. Wrong direction. Wrong direction! Yeah, Quest 2 didn't exist, and the PC link for the OG Quest didn't exist yet. It was a month or two afterwards, which didn't do me any good. That means that it happened in November or December, and I needed it for, horror month. Well, what if I just did it the other, whatever. There still could be wands. There still could be wands that have like we haven't done a real thorough exploration. There still could be wands with like bombs or dynamite or something, and we just haven't found them yet. Copper, you say? VR update for Star Citizen. That has to be kind of bananas. Star Citizen looks like a game that really is starting to do some impressive stuff. There's my torch. What if... Hold on. I don't know, what if there's something hiding over here? There is something hiding over here. This dingleberry. But otherwise, not much else. Shame. Yo, Othog!
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Tier 1, 49 months, Othog, thank you so much. Appreciate your continued support. Star Citizen will get a 1.0 release copium. It looks pretty. The game looks gorgeous. I've watched Smash play quite a bit of it. Mostly because I was just looking for an excuse to hang out at Smash's channel. My third one of these guys. You ready to get the R. Kelly treatment? I want to piss in your food. Drip, drip, drip. There we go. But yeah, I can't help but feel like I'd be like worried and or disillusioned. I would be nervous and anxious about whether or not it was going to become a reality. Just based off of like, you know, just based off of how long it's been in development. How long have I been a full-time streamer? I got partnered almost 8 years ago. But I've been full-time since... I started streaming full-time in 2017. And I started making enough money to support myself full-time in 2018. So like full-time and making enough money to live for 4 years. Full-time for 5 years and partnered 7.5 years ago. I made this account in 2011. So I've had this Twitch account for over a decade now. Yeah, Star Citizen has pulled together such an impressive, I don't know, the game's impressive so far. So even if they didn't add a whole lot else, unless you're one of those people who's gone thousands of dollars deep into it, if you just paid to have it, then I don't know, like having never played it, it feels to me like you'd have gotten your money's worth. No, I didn't start on Justin TV. I started right after it became Twitch and well before Amazon bought them. Alright, well, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that free health. Well, I gotta come back for this wand. Maybe. Certainly not that. Yeah, we started the subathon this morning. I figure, what the heck, why not? This is 6 months away from St. Jude. No matter which way the raven flies on the whole thing. So I figure 6 months away from St. Jude is the only good time that I can ask chat for, like, hey chat, I know that I just asked you for 60 grand 6 months ago to help sick kids. And I know it's the holidays and that inflation is just giving all of us the business. But for funsy dues, let's kick it around and see what happens. So far, we've already had a couple of charitable contributions made. One to support women's reproductive rights, and one to Toys for Tots. I was like, what am I killing down here? There were definitely two. I don't know if there was 3 acid traps on this floor, but there were definitely 2, maybe 3. There may have been 3. There were a lot. The first, I think you might be right. The first 3 ones I touched were all acid traps, which I've only seen once before, and the only other time I saw them, they killed me. You set off 2. That was a 3rd. So I'm just trying to get my way back here. This would be easy if I had the, This would be easy if I had the, black hole usable. Oh, that's gonna get us in. Look at that. We're tenacious, baby! There's nowhere to go from there. I don't really know exactly what I plan to accomplish with that. This wood doesn't burn. These colors don't run. I don't think I can drain this one. I think if I'm gonna do this one, I'm gonna have to live dangerously. I can try. I can try. There's nothing to be lost in trying, I think. I got a real mixed bag of feelings about Frankie on PC. I guess ultimately, as a content creator now myself, I was a content creator back when Frankie was making stuff too. We were both machinima content creators at the same time. So my buddy Rob and I were making a series called Passive Aggression in an attempt to be the counterculture to all the machinima respawn videos we were seeing where people were getting like 150 kills against lobbies of kids with no thumbs and posting it to like rock and emo and techno music. We got bored of that kind of content. So we were like, well, we can't just bitch about it. We have the means to make our own content. So if we're gonna complain, we need to prove we can do something better. So our weekly episodic was a show called Passive Aggression. And for Passive Aggression, we would get victories in games like Domination on COD without killing anybody. We'd hide, we'd play dead. We found little tricks, like if you did the perk, I think it was Cold-Blooded, that kept your name tag off of your head, and then you laid down on the ground and spammed the Y button on your controller, it would constantly change your weapon, but it made you look like you were holding your hand above your head, and it would make you look like you didn't have, like, it would make you look dead, and it would look like you were holding no weapon at all, because you were constantly changing your weapons out, going back and forth between like a pistol and a rocket launcher or whatever. And so you just lay there with your hand above your head and no name badge above your head. And people wouldn't know when they go to cap the point, it would say contested, but they wouldn't see anybody around them but a pile of corpses. And you'd just be in the pile of corpses. And if they were really dumb, they wouldn't think to shoot the pile of corpses. So we'd do that every week, and we'd have guests like Saturday Night Live. we had like Scene Anners and Sark and Hutch and KYR Speedy, a bunch of people. We did it once a week. Xbox Ahoy. And so our stuff was going up every Monday on Machinima, and we, like, Rob and I had both agreed that, like, we really liked Frankie's stuff. Like, staged or not, we liked Frankie's stuff quite a bit. And we were toying with the idea of even trying to get him on our show. And then at one point, Rob dings me and goes, Frankie commented on our most recent Machinima video. And he basically jumped in and was just like, he basically called our content like mindless drivel. He was just like, I don't understand why people are so worked up over this. It's the same thing every week. I can't imagine it takes that much effort to pump out. And we were just like, yo, man, like, your channel's way bigger than ours. We're just getting our start. Why do you gotta come into the comments of our video and punch down? And he was just like, well, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't see any enjoyable value in it or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's not such, you know, basically it's not a big deal. I don't understand why people are getting so worked up over it. And apparently enough people came to our defense where they were like, yo, man, this is, like, they were kind of like the same thing that you're saying, sir, is that they were kind of like, man, that's kind of tasteless. Like, this is kind of a classless move on your part to come into somebody else's channel or somebody else's videos on Machinima and punch down on another director's work. Enough so that he went back and deleted all the original comments, but I was just like, damn. I was like, damn, I like Frankie's stuff. It makes me sad that he thinks so poorly of the content we're creating. Which was Machinima's best viewed show on Mondays. We were mentioned in Wired when they wrote an article about Machinima. To make yourself feel better, who's Frankie? I don't know what Frankie's doing these days, but honestly, his DayZ stuff that he made back in the day was really, like, I can get upset with him for jumping into our comments and being kind of douchey. And I know that there are some people who are really upset because they didn't realize that the stuff that he was making was staged like wrestling. The stage thing doesn't really bother me. His DayZ content was, I think, it was exceptional. Oh, there's no way I'm getting through here. Well. Maybe? Probably not, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, I liked his DayZ stuff very much. Rob and I counted ourselves among his fans. But yeah, it was nice. It was a real bummer. It was a real bummer for us. It was a real bummer for us to to basically have him call our stuff drivel. You know? This is gonna take for fucking ever, chat, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah, Frankie on PC and 1080p. Yeah, he didn't infer to anybody that they were staged, so it was kind of a bummer that he wasn't more upfront about that in the beginning. But it doesn't change the fact that, like, there were television shows I wasn't as excited to see show up in my, like, when a Frankie video showed up in my timeline, it was the same as having Appointment Television show up. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's kind of a perfect analogy for it, is that, like, he was Scorsese and we were the MCU. It may not be your cup of tea, but it doesn't mean that it's not putting asses in seats. Black hole, I can't cast it. The wand that it's on doesn't have enough mana. Or else, yeah, I'd have done that a hot minute ago. Yeah, no worries. There's a guy using a voice changer allegedly to make him sound like a kid recently. Smoke called him out. There's a big off-game drama. Daisy role-playing has gotten real weird to stay relevant. Weird. Like, bizarre. I feel like it's been a minute since we hit, like, not counting like NFTs and stuff. I feel like it's been a minute since we've had a good gaming controversy. I'm trying to think of what the last one would have been. That Twitch didn't, you know, make themselves almost. Have you been following Smash? No. We just had a crazy one this past month. Counter-Strike goes skin gambling. No, I feel like we've had something more recent than Trevor and Syndicate. I guess yeah, the gambling stuff. Oh wait, the fucking quote-unquote Twitch competitor that Trainwrecks was launching that's like a thinly veiled attempt to make a site for him to gamble on. Everyone was like, oh my god, it's a Twitch competitor. And I'm like, dude, a multi-millionaire who's made a ton of money taking gambling site money, which I don't bag on it, man. It's fucking, I've taken money from a sports betting website. You know, I don't know. As somebody who broadcasts to adults, it's weird for me to get, like, it's weird, like, the only time I would get upset about that is, like, if somebody I knew, like, I get worried about having viewers who struggle with addiction. That's the thing that would hang me up. But I don't worry about, like, ingratiating gambling to, like, 13-year-olds, because I have, like, no 13-year-olds who watch me. So when people are like, oh man, gambling on Twitch, the first thought that I had was, I was just like, so what's the problem? But I broadcast to 35-year-olds. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is like, that's what I'm saying, Raz, is that it was a gear shift I had to make. It was a gear shift that I had to make because I don't broadcast to kids. Like, I have the mature audience tag on. My dynamics work out that I'm broadcasting to people who are in their late 20s to mid 50s. And honestly, my audience is as such that if I'm worried about one thing, if I'm worried about anything, I'm worrying about people who are recovering from addiction. People who have been in the game long enough to understand that they've got a problem that they're tackling. You know, people who are just like, I've already sought help. I've already been to counseling. That's the people that I'm talking to. So when they're just like, oh man, he makes money gambling, for a while it took me a minute to be like, so? And then I realized children are on this website. I forget because they're almost never here. But I was like, oh yeah, no, I kind of get it. I was talking Jerky Chew the other day. It tastes good, and I liked acting like I dipped at 10 years old. Someone was like, please, children, don't chew. Yep, I did the same thing with Big League Chew. I did the same thing with Big League Chew and candy cigarettes when I was a kid. I used to put Big League Chew in my lip like I was breaking off a big chunk of chaw. And I used to sit there with the candy cigarette, and if you blew into the candy cigarette, you could actually push a small puff of like, really super fine powdered sugar out. Same way watching a Sea of Thieves streamer, you're gonna get more kids with that game because kids like it. It is a more childish looking game. Like, it's a beautiful game. I think Sea of Thieves is gorgeous. I'm playing it tomorrow. But yeah, I could definitely understand, like, if you're playing Ratchet and Clank, you know, if you're somebody who's predominantly playing like Ratchet and Clank, if you're playing Sea of Thieves, you know, if you're playing Fortnite, then I could see definitely being concerned about having like 14-year-olds watching you. We're gonna be doing this for a hot minute, chat, so... Yeah, they're definitely, because my audience skews older, there are some scandals that have to be explained to me. And then I go, oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. Roblox. Ratchet & Clank was probably a bad one. We'll say Roblox. If you're streaming Roblox, if you're streaming Minecraft, if you're streaming Fortnite or Sea of Thieves, yeah, then at that point you gotta probably be a little more leery about streaming to kids. Do you remember that time you carted out some 400 Dagaz runes from the Devil Deal? This reminds me of that. In my defense from Noita, I didn't create this situation. In Isaac, I 100% created this situation and went, it's okay, chat. I'm never gonna have any reason that I'll need to get all these runes out of here. And I was like, what am I gonna do? And then I came up with something as an example of like what I could do if I didn't have all those runes in there. And then I paused for a second and went, shit, I really want to do that. Why did I have to fuck this room up? I was actually super surprised that I have to watch my language while playing sponsored Fortnite. I was 100% expecting to have to censor myself. I've been getting Fortnite offers left, right, and sideways. Stream Elements hit me up with a Fortnite offer. The Bounty Board has a Fortnite offer on it. Honestly, Serene, I feel like that was like the moment that we moved out of apartments and moved into a rental house. I realized I could never go back to apartments. I had a dude who lived next door to me in my old apartments who was a drug dealer. And at one point, a dude that I think was meaning to go into his apartment just opened the door to mine and walked in while I was playing COD in my living room. He walked in, looked at me, looked at the TV, looked at me again, realized he didn't know who the hell I was, looked around my apartment for a minute and goes, oh, holy shit, sorry, and walked out. And then on the much less interesting part of the wacky end of the spectrum, the dude next, I mean, literally our doors almost touched each other. The dude living next door to me, had a guy show up to his house at 3 o'clock in the morning, no shirt on, built like a 1920s bare knuckle boxer, who clearly was stoned out of his mind. And when I say stoned, I don't mean just like, hey everybody come outside, we should all go in on some like 24/7 chicken nuggets or something. I mean, this guy showed up looking like he was a Florida man on bath salts. This dude was intense in a bad way. And he is just fucking hammering on this guy's door at 3 o'clock in the morning. To the point that like I made sure my door was deadbolted and got a kitchen knife and sat next to the doorway in case this guy came in. He knocked for about 20 minutes just as hard as he possibly could. Like he was trying to beat the door down. Then you could hear him fiddling with this guy's lock for a half an hour. Then he goes downstairs, finds the circuit breaker for the entire building, and kills power to the entire building. And then just sits in the dark outside of both this guy and my front door. And somebody eventually called the cops. And this dude clearly left before they got there. He saw the lights in the distance and ran into the tree line. And as the cops are like taking statements from people who were coming to the front door, the cops took a whole bunch of statements, knocked on my neighbor's door. He still doesn't answer. They take my statement, they take the statement of the person across the way, they get in their car and leave, and as soon as their cruiser is out of sight, my fucking neighbor's door opens up and he just sticks his head out and goes, makes eye contact with me and goes, and then just goes inside and shuts the door. We used to have we had a couple that, they both worked in restaurants. We had a couple who both worked in restaurants who lived across the same level, but across the walkway from us. And we would hear them scream shouting at each other at 2:30 in the morning, arguing over some dumb people in a toxic relationship type bullshit. Dave Ball, what's going on, man? Can we blow up the ground between the area where we're dumping in the water? I've got one charge left. Pachoo! That's it, I'm out. There was a stabbing murder in my old apartment building. We didn't hear it happen. Down the street nearby, there was a gang fight between a local biker gang and a nearby chapter of the Hells Angels with gunshots. I mean, we had some pretty... We had a couple of really, like, the kind of fucked up stuff that I don't even really feel comfortable talking about. Like, I really don't feel comfortable talking about it. We had some really fucking terrible things that happened in the neighborhood around us in Philly. But that was... I mean, that was in Philly. In downtown Philly. And even then, we only had 2 or 3 of them in 2 years. Which doesn't feel bad for a major metropolitan area. I felt pretty safe in downtown Philly for the most part. You know, I had friends who got robbed. There was one murder that happened like a block away from us. That was pretty bad. That's the one that I'm like, there's too many trigger warnings in that. So I'll keep the details of that one to myself, but... Yeah, I'm trying my best to empty the dark cave a little bit. I want to go in there and get the health. But I don't want to put myself in jeopardy if I don't have to. And this is taking some time, but I don't know, maybe it'll be worth it. Are we making a pool? No, no pool, just trying to empty out the dark cave, at least a little bit. Christ, that's my neighbors right now. It's exhausting. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't even have, oh no. Shit. Alright, well, back up. That doesn't even take into account the 60-some-odd-year-old retired lawyer who lived in the apartment above me, who called the cops on us during Amber's dinner party to celebrate the induction of Grayson. My man called the cops on us as we were having spiked cider. Well, we were having spiked cider, Amber wasn't. We were having spiked cider and watching Glee. This guy had pulled Amber out without me. Like, one of my friends goes, hey, some guy just pulled your pregnant wife outside and shut the door. And I came around the corner like jumping furniture with my hands up. Opened the door. This guy tried to like bark at me and be like, you guys are making too much noise and it's past curfew. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, I need you to acknowledge first and foremost that if you ever take my wife out of our apartment again, my pregnant wife out of our apartment again, especially with the intention of yelling at her while she is with my child, the next time I come out this door, you need to be ready to defend yourself. Don't say I didn't give you fair warning. So he called the cops on us, and the cops were like, hey man, we had a noise complaint called in. I was like, yeah, it's from the dildo who lives above us. I heard his sliding glass door open, so I know he can hear me right now. I was like, he's pretty upset that we're celebrating the fact that I'm having a kid. And he's like, do you mind if I look around inside? And I was like, no, officer, of course not. Come on in. And then the cop goes, oh my God, are you watching Glee? And we're like, yeah, we're all a bunch of theater nerds. And he goes, oh man, don't tell my partner, but I really like this show. And we're like, would you like a cider? We have spiked and not spiked. Most people are not drinking here tonight. And he goes, I probably shouldn't, but I am gonna watch just a little bit. He goes, so you're having a kid? He goes, oh, so you're having a kid? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, I got a couple myself. He was like, when you have it, swaddling, man. He's like, swaddling's gonna get you so much more sleep. It's super important. And he's like, what's counterintuitive is that you're gonna wanna not wrap them tightly because you want them to be like, comfortable and safe. He's like, but you gotta wrap them pretty tightly. Like, you gotta make sure that they can't wiggle loose. They like the security of that. He tells me all this. They love the security of that. That's what they've been used to in the womb. And so you really gotta swaddle the shit out of them. And then that kind of restriction is gonna make them feel secure. He's telling me all this, and then his partner walks up with his hand on his fucking pistol, by the way. Goes, hey man, is everything cool? He's like, oh yeah, dude, it's just a bunch of theater geeks. No, it's nothing. We were talking about swaddling kids. And so, yeah, this upstairs dickhead neighbor had to sit there and listen to this cop give me parenting advice, tell me how much he enjoys the shows that I'm watching, and then completely and utterly dismiss this dude's claim that we were somehow infringing on his ability to have a peaceful evening. And then several times he had to talk himself out of taking a roadsider with him. He watched about a half an episode of Glee with us and then left. Damn, we did make 1,100 money on this first floor. That's bananas. I didn't even notice. Thank y'all for being so patient. Noita makes me want to be absurdly thorough. I know it sucks because on the next floor I'll probably die in some crazy one-shot accident. What am I trying to get? I wanted to switch this out for something, but I'll be damned if I remember what it was. Is this a good wand? It's an okay wand. It's not a shuffle wand, though. Yeah, neither is this one. Yeah, that one's not particularly good. Yeah, I'll drown in vines or get one-shotted by an enemy I didn't see or something, but this game does make me feel like it rewards being thorough. I think we might just be good. I think we might just be able to go. If I remember correctly, this wasn't a very impressive one. That's why we didn't set off the trap. That's right, little road soda, gentlemen. My wife has a friend that had a snoo, and she let us use it now, a 5-month-old. He just transitioned out of a crib, but that thing was amazing. Yeah, my kids were among the ones who liked being swaddled, for sure. He's a good man, Jeffrey, and thorough. All right, let's get out of here. I think I'm okay with what I've got. I just finished a 15-hour run. It takes as much time as you need. I feel like the Noita community kind of gets that. The Isaac community, I used to catch a lot of flack because I would take long, leisurely runs, and I'd be very like not absurdly min-maxy, but I would be min-maxy. I like this. I would be pretty min-maxy. I'll take peace with my gods. Maybe I'll be able to find my way back up. And people flip me pretty ridiculous shit about that sometimes. I'd take an hour to finish an Eden run, and people would be like, why are you so slow? Cobalt finishes this in 30 minutes. Why are you going so slow, Taffy? Brizzy would have beaten this in 20. I'm like, yeah, well, Brizzy's a god gamer. I will say that once Grayson started crying... I'd forgotten I used to do this. When Grayson would cry during the night, he would have his unhappy hour, and he would scream cry from 5:30 a.m. or from 3:30 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. almost every night. And whenever he would wake us up and it was my turn to hold him, there was no escaping him. The apartment was so quiet, so I'd walk in and out of the bedroom with him, and you know, Amber would just kind of have to cope, and then she'd do the same thing to me. The first like month or two that he would do that, I would just grab him and hold him Lion King style, and I'd put his face right up against the vent below that guy's bedroom. And I would hold him there for like 120 minutes. And he would just scream at the top of his lungs, and I would hold Grayson above my head and put his face right next to the vent so that he was screaming directly up into that guy's bedroom at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I would do that until my arms went gooey. It's the circle of life. You're a fucking asshole. Yeah, I didn't like that guy. He sucked. I think this goes here. This one goes away. I guess this goes here. That is in fact one way to build forearms. My neighbors have a daughter, she just screams for hours like 1 a.m. Like no discipline from the parents, just hours of screaming. But it sounds like she's like a kid and not a baby though. Not an infant, she's like 3 or 4. I've had times where I've had to let my kids burn out because there was just nothing left to do besides let them just kind of get that bullshit out of their system. But I'm also, I don't know, I'm working on, oh, that's right, that's what I wanted to do here. I'm working on being more patient with my sons. I'm working on being more patient with my sons. But, I also am kind of a low tolerance for bullshit kind of dad. You can't really discipline toddlers. My mom used to say there's no reasoning with a 3-year-old or a 13-year-old. That was her take on parenting. I don't know about 13, but I definitely feel like I'm seeing some merit on. You can't argue with a you couldn't reason with a 3-year-old. Sounded pretty accurate at the time I was going through it. That's true. It was like Amber did a really good job of like reading up on, you know, basically child psychology at that age, and just talking about like a lot of the times. It was different. It was different from situation to situation. There were times where 100% what my son was doing was a tantrum, and then there were definitely times where he was either one of them were just overwhelmed by stimulus. And the fact that reality was still fucking new to them and difficult to process. And so I was always just kind of constantly walking the fine line of, you know, not wanting to let them walk all over me. Ow. Not wanting to let them walk all over me, but also not wanting to punish them for just like struggling to understand reality, which was not something they asked to be thrust into. And the balancing act for that is, the balancing act for that can be a little intense. And that's true too. Yeah, like I have friends who have kids who are on the spectrum, and there's no such thing as talking them into understanding why they shouldn't be screaming right then. And it's, in that situation, that's obviously very certainly not their fault, anyone's fault. It's just, it is such a bananas nuanced thing. Yeah, it is just such a bananas nuanced thing. And all I'm ever doing, well, first of all, it's like I never give anybody any fucking advice unsolicited about parenting. And even my advice that's solicited is like, take this with a grain of salt because every situation is different. But all that being said, like, I never tell anybody how to parent. I work under the assumption that my advice would be bullshit because my situation's not the same as your situation. In general, I've learned to be way more patient with everybody because I remember one time we have friends who have kids who are on the spectrum, and we know they're on the spectrum. And I think one of the bigger eye-opening things for me was we have a friend we have friends who have a son who is on the spectrum, and we were at Grayson's birthday party at a park that we rented out one spot in the park. Now, at a different spot in the park, there was like a picnic area. And this family had rented out this picnic area. This family had rented out this picnic area for their kid. And they admittedly had like way more money than we did. So it was like there was more stuff going on. More food, more like streamers, more decoration. It was clearly a fancier affair than what we were doing. We just had some Wildcrat stuff up because that's what Grayson was into at the time. And so our friend's kid who was on the spectrum, just saw more party over there, and he went over to investigate, and this family got very, like, aggressive about, you can't be over here, like, this is not for you. No, you go stay with your, like, they were very, like, kind of in his face about the fact that he wasn't supposed to be there. And we knew that he wasn't getting it. Like, all he was really feeling was, like, intense rejection. And we were trying to communicate to these folks that, like, he wasn't trying to crash their birthday party. Oh, no. That he didn't have any intention of, like, he's not over there trying to, like, steal their party favors or anything. He just was struggling to understand that this was not a party that he thought he was at the park to party. That was a party, and he was struggling to understand why he wasn't invited to that party too. Boy, they just fucking didn't want to hear it though. They were very like, they were kind of like, you need to get him away from us. And I was like, you need to check your tone, or we're gonna be on the fucking news tonight. Like, I was on the verge of just like, hey, am I the asshole if I hit this guy in the neck? Because I kind of want to hit this guy in the neck. Blue Ninja, what's going on? Yeah, honestly, 64-bit robot, like even if he hadn't had special needs of any kind, like even if he was just a normal kid who was like excited to check out your party. How do you get all gated community with a fucking birthday party at a park, you know? It was pretty gross, and that was a day where like that was definitely an eye-opening day for me as far as like the challenges that people who have special needs kids face from day to day, that I was just like, oh, I'd never really taken that into consideration. I wouldn't say, like, I don't think that I was particularly judgmental about it, but I just don't think I genuinely don't think I'd ever taken any time to consider how hard that must be until that day where I was like, fuck, man, I've been around this kid for one day thinking of him as my responsibility, and I'm already going like, you know, I could spend a couple of days in jail to teach this guy a lesson. Yeah, that's you know, I also, yeah, just realized that I'm like, man, it takes a special kind of person to be an asshole to a kid, let alone a neurodivergent kid. Our 4-year-old had a recent birthday party at a local playground. Oh my god. Noita's not one for being ignored. I will say that this one is okay for dealing with what's in front of us at the moment. Our 4-year-old recently had his birthday party at a local playground, and the kid like kept trying to come and take food. We weren't supposed to. We weren't opposed to her having some. Also, like, we need your parents because we're definitely not giving. Yeah, like honestly, that's where my head would be. Would be like, hey, you know what? You're welcome to our stuff, but like, I don't know if you've got any special dietary needs or if you've got any allergies, like. You know, the neighborhood kids back when things were a little less contentious in this, like, pre-COVID, back when things were a little less contentious in these neck of the woods. I remember, having like a 6-pack of root beer that I just unloaded from the car. and the neighborhood kids were in my yard hanging out for like the first time ever. And before I give them a root beer, I was like, hey, I need you to go ask your parents if it's kosher for me to give you this root beer, because I don't want to be in trouble for like sugaring you up when you're on a strict something or other diet. But yeah, that's where my apprehension would come from, is like, I wouldn't want to give them something right off the bat until I got an okay from the parents. But then at that point, yeah, like if they're not being shitty about it, like if they're not like some bully kid who's just like, I'm gonna eat your birthday cake, you idiot. If they just come over interested and hungry, then by God, I'm gonna feed them. That's right, prison you gotta worry about, jail's no big deal. On the spectrum myself, my awareness that most people don't think like me is the only thing that keeps me remotely functioning in greater society. That plus the emotional immaturity of youth is rough. Yep. Interested and hungry, story of my life. I just can't imagine turning away anybody who's hungry. I mean, hell, that's part of the reason that, like, during this subathon, I was like, I need to have a charity component. And because I needed a charity component, the one thing that came to mind was I was like, well, I've got a list here if anybody needs suggestions of about 20 different charities whose sole purpose for existing is trying to feed people who are hungry. Ooh, God, I find shops in game like nobody's business. Circle of oil. Boomerang doesn't sound great. Magic arrow with trigger sounds good. Plasma cross sounds good. Plasma beam sounds good. Shauna! I saw you come in, but I was mid-diatribe. Hi, friend. I'm up here now. Ugh. I don't think I can get to that in time. Maybe. Got it. I give myself too little credit. I've definitely reached a point where I don't struggle so much with the idea of using like plasma just because it's dangerous. It's cost me a lot of runs, but I definitely have reached a point where I'm like, you know what? If it's dangerous for me, it's dangerous for thee. Yeah, that's right. Dangerous means it does a shitload of damage to enemies. That's not to be discounted in my mind. Not to be discounted. This left nostril is super tingly. Ah. I also have to remind myself that if there's any place I want to get into that I'm feeling a little bit dicey about, that I do have 3 black holes. Damn, there's been a lot happening in the last couple of seconds of this game. I think really sorts what I would think really sorts damage in this game is multiple instances of damage. Plasma hits several times. Piercing plus homing means it hits several times. Yeah, no, I agree. Consistent high pressure damage is where it's at. Consistent high pressure damage is where it's at. It's like it's how it, you know, we're not gonna anger the gods on this run, but it's how, you know, it's how you drop Steve when you have to. I mean, I guess I'm not super enthusiastic about it, but I'll pick it up for now. Yeah, piercing triggers and embedding spells like that has 100% become the way I'm most interested in getting stuff done. What the fuck is going on up there? I feel like this is probably worth it. That is the wrong wand. How dare you? Little gremlin? Scary. Clear that out a little bit. No sense falling on that horse shit if I don't have to. Oh no. Up. Up and away. There we go. Scary. Yeah, Tinker Everywhere is always good. I'm always excited about that. For example, right now, I would... Oh, my. There might be another way in there? Nah, there's not. Oh, there may have been. I definitely would have been giddy. Well, I guess if I'd found some, like... I guess if I'd been better about finding something that caused fire or something that removed, like, excavated earth, like the large energy orb, the energy sphere orb, whatever. As it stands now, I'm down to my last, I'm sadly down to my last, black hole. You know what? Play kind of fuck you a little bit, game. I don't have to deal with it. Well, it depends. How do I want to get in there? I was gonna say I don't have to deal with that horse shit, but as it stands right now, that might be my only way into the fungal caverns. You good, my guy? I'm not getting that gold. That gold's dead to me. That guy did. He came up, he heard the story about the, that hurt me. He heard the story about the lawyer who yelled at Amber and just decided to recreate it. How does one get back to where I was? I have thoughts, Greg. Oh no! Sorry. With you in a second, chat. Is that guy blind? I don't know. I don't know exactly what was going on with him. Well, this is quite the space. Frog! That frog was dropped from space. Wow, this whole area has been a lot to digest. That man blew up. How do I feel about teleporting? Generally, I think I'm against it. Oh. Oh. As a general rule. Vacant Nobody, what's going on? Welcome back. That man waited until I could see him to do a dramatic reveal that he was dropping down. Does Vyvan haven't been gong. I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like that's either a typo or a language I don't speak. Haven't been in here in so long. All right, I'm caught up. All I needed was a gentle nudge. I had no fucking clue what was happening. I was trying to follow along at home. Happy to have you here. Hope you're already off to an awesome start for your week for sure. I gotta hold still for a second. Fungal Caverns, why are you so scary?
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Yo, Bud is Life, thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub to Vacant Nobody. 32 gifties all time on the channel. Sincerely appreciate it. Enjoy the emotes. There are a lot of these guys here. I don't need to be here exploring, but I do choose to be here exploring. Oh, Billy. We're just gonna sit up here for a second. If things want to come near us, things are welcome to come near us. Oh no. Taking damage I ought not take. There we go. Alright, right. Sir, the kinetic bombardment satellite that uses Earth's gravity to strike large metal rods on the surface is operational. Good. Prepare to fire the Terra-assisted drop process. Yes, sir. Firing tadpole now. Oh, God. I don't know what's going on with my nostrils. Ugh. Oh. I don't suppose I could clear stuff out like this, could I? I wish I had some way of causing fire. That seems like electricity. Who knows where that guy went? Ugh. Kind of half tempted to use my last black hole to get to this one wand and get out of here. Oh no. Guru, what's going on? Heading to Disneyland. Went to the Dolphins Charger game yesterday. SoFi is a very nice stadium. It looks beautiful. SoFi does. That man just died of his own free volition. He suffocated himself rather than face me in one-to-one combat. He's probably scared of my nose hair. Finally. Gonna clear some of this bullshit out. We're gonna make our way. Yeah, the Dolphins looked like doo-doo last night. I mean, the Cowboys looked worse. My team looked fucking terrible. Despite getting the win. Yeah, Tua and the Dolphins looked unrecognizable. Tyreek Hill put on a clinic, though. Ooh. Oh, why did that break? Whatever. Fuck you, Ambrosia. I don't want to be friends with you anyway. Neat. Fun to watch. That was a lot of gold. Yeah, it does sound like an amazing day. Neat. I think Noah and I... I think Noah and I are going to the Cowboys Commanders game. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this a lot. I think Noah and I are going to the Cowboys Commanders game that's happening the Sunday after we finish MagFest. Nope. Trying so hard not to make dumb mistakes. Mike McDaniel's funny as shit. A dude... Mike McDaniel feels like a coach who won his job off of a Madden tournament. Who's the friend of yours that plays a D&D podcast? You mentioned them the other day. Noah, my lawyer friend. He, I don't know if we... Noah podcast, there we go. Forgotten Paths. Admittedly, I have not been a good friend. I have only listened to a couple of episodes, despite him being like 40 some odd episodes in. That said, people whose opinions I respect, because they are the kind of people that fight with Noah for fun, have said that despite the fact that fighting with Noah is one of their favorite pastimes, they think his podcast is very good. So I just feel like it's worth mentioning. Yes, I am biased because Noah helps make me a lot of money. But I have not actually heard the podcast. I have only heard people I know talk about it and speak very, very highly of it. What are you doing? My man was right on top of me all of a sudden. That guy almost got me too. Why is his tentacle so long? Ooh-woo. Yeah, D&D is storytelling, and Noah has a lot of experience. I mean, he has a theater degree. But yeah, Noah has a lot of experience telling good stories. Couldn't help but notice I'm still on fire. Oh, you prick! I saw you, and I knew that's what you were gonna do because you're an ass. You're an asshole. Don't run, coward. The Terminator wouldn't have run. Speaking of Noah, did y'all see the girl they used gene editing for with leukemia to get her cancer into remission? No, I did not. I missed that. That sounds amazing. Coward just left. Oh yeah, look at this. He dropped himself down in the kill box. You're doing great, bud. Ah! The fuck was that all about? I disgraced a corpse so it decided to try to kill me? It is starting to feel like time to go for sure. I think that replaces our saw blades. Oh, he's in the ambrosia. Ooh, I hate it. Stop having ambrosia. When does that shit wear off? Lucid! Rating party of 262. Bring it on in, my ming. Won't wear off if it doesn't. It wore off. It wore off. To spite all of you. Just to piss you off. There we go. Is that still ambrosia? Oh, that's polymorph. Jackspot, thank you for the 6-month gifty to Badger Botherer. Lucid and I have the same emote artist. So when I tell you enjoy the emotes, they're fucking spectacular. You find folks who are here as a on account of Lucid's raid. Know that I'm not bullshitting you. My emotes are fire because they are the same artist that makes Lucid emotes, and Lucid's emotes are fire, so there you go. Don't sub here because you enjoy my content. I'll starve to death if you do that. Sub here because you like the emotes. I'm over here now. Can't get to that. Listen here, game. You think I won't do this? Wow, Thermal's making you a tattoo right now. That's slick as shit. I'm too cowardly to get a tattoo. Every tattoo idea I've ever had, I would have 100% ended up regretting in the long run. So I've just convinced myself that I have no good tattoo ideas and that I should never, ever, ever get one. Hey, Grumps, what's going on? How's the Noita treating me today? Not bad. I'm in the process of trying to get myself killed right now by attempting the fungal caverns for the 2nd time today. The first time I was quite literally aided by a god and still died. That said, Thermal has taken, I could just do this. Hold on. Thermal has taken our artwork and made it into tattoos for my viewers, so the channel's assets are on people's bodies, it's just not mine. Get out of here, Chud. Go time. Hold on. I've been doing this the hard way. We want this water gone, we just burn all this crap off. Free speech is so important that I will post revenge porn of Hunter Biden, but if you work for Twitter, I will sue your ass into oblivion if you say anything about what we do here. Elon fucking Musk. What a special guy. I almost had it. Yo, I want that spell. I want that spell. Yeah. Damn, now maybe it's time to leave. Man. hear me out though. What if, and I mean, I'm just spitballing here. What if I were absurdly greedy? You know, like a lot greedy. What do you mean, what if? I'm just saying. Come with me on this mental exercise where I'm very greedy in video games. Oh no. No, 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 hide! The fuck did that guy come from? Oh, you're so scary! You good? I have to do this the hard way. But it sure beats letting this guy plink away at us from his sniper's perch. What a big dumb idiot. Yeah, it might be time to go. Shit's on fire. I don't know why. I mean, I know why it's on fire. I did this. Just a lot going on right now. Wasn't there one last wand over here I could look at? Oh, God. I feel like there was one wand down. Yeah, that one. That's the one I'm talking about. I feel like I owe myself one last wand. And stop going left. Listen. I got impulse control issues, alright? Slight ones. But real ones nonetheless. Alright, hold on. Well, that does that. Apparently black holes are no match for steel. If I learned anything from my third viewing of Interstellar, it's that anytime they wanted a black hole to stop doing its thing, they hit it with some steel and it just locks up. Yeah, maybe the humidity slowed it down. That's another thing. They're like, black holes can't exist in swamps. I specifically remember hearing that as well. Trick greed, permanent shield, wand experimenter. Probably permanent shield, I would imagine. And by I would imagine, I mean I'm taking permanent shield. Do I want... this nonsense? Do I want... this nonsense? I don't know how much damage that did because the statue's not there anymore. I would imagine mana, yeah. 250 max mana. That's 10. That's only 50. I just feel like things get a little bit dicey once I start stacking stuff on there. 250, 220. I mean, I guess I could do it like this. Hell, I could do it like this. Although I have a feeling that that starts to become the real dicey bit. Yeah, I feel like this is not getting both of these combined. We don't really have the wands, I feel like, to handle anything much more crazy than what we're doing right now. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. I just want to get rid of them. Double green plasma in one shot. Yeah, I suppose I could. Well, I mean, let's give it the old college try. 40-40 is 80. 0. I imagine that's hitting for two beams. Have anything else interesting? I shot through here so fast. That's not the one I want, is it? Nah. Any of these any good? Eh. No. 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 Okay, I'm good. Yeah, there's two. Technically speaking, I could burrow back up. I'm not really sure to what end. I could just put that on there. I could burrow up and go back to the laboratory. But it's not going to hurt me to come down here and look around first. Need to pee. God, it's 1:14. Thank you, shield. Seems to be working. It's carving a lot of my gold in half, but it seems to be working. What about this? Wow. Oh, I didn't take the... Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's fine. I can go burrow back up. I have peace with my gods. So I can burrow back up and go get the refill or the refresher. Oh, bitch! Hey, you can just stop with all that horse shit right there, my guy. What's our fastest route up? Potentially, if it all works the way we want it to. No, we need to go further over. Ah. Ah. There we go. Kinda. Will that get me through? That got me through. It's all... Oh, Jesus! Yeah. I don't think I can aim this. Yeah, I do feel very silly for not grabbing that, though. You good? You got that out of your system? You burned my gold up. Ow. Alright, I walked into that one a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't use the cross for a while. I think I'll use the cross when I'm this far away from it, though. Add mana, huh? I do like add mana. That was violent as shit to watch, if I'm being honest. Sorry, just kind of scared and concentrating some. That'll do it. The old spitter bolts, man, it's a lot of mana. That's about all it's got going for it, but that's a lot of mana. Ow. Scared and concentrating is a mood. I don't know what's going on down there, and frankly, I don't care. I care that it has nothing to do with me. A lava potion might be helpful here. A lot of bullshit going on this direction. Here, catch. I bet I got him. Yellow. Ah, I definitely got him. I mean, it's a nice enough wand. Doesn't do me a whole lot of good right now. Pew, pew, pew. Oh my god. Murder's the case that they gave me? The fuck happened down there? I'm not really sure how I think I'm gonna pull this off. I'm feeling the teensiest bit froggy, though. I might have to burrow my way back up from the next level. Ah! It's a bad idea. I can figure this out. Hold on. I can figure this out. I hear an orb. I hear an orb I've never heard before. I know about you. I have desires. Like, for this to not be here.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
I'm gonna wait for that to dissipate for a second. Wyatt Rumor, tier 3, 93 months. It's Noita. I hate it. It's Noita Tumor. It's Noita Tumor. I wish I had not put this on here. I could get rid of this and not feel too bad. I could replace it with this. Wyatt, thank you so much for being here for the longest damn time. I appreciate you taking care of me and my family for the better part of 1 billion years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my god. Snipers everywhere. The fuck is this guy? Ow! Dick? Alright. We're burrowing back up. But I need to move things around first. Oh. That's a death cross, not a plasma beam cross. That one's okay. Let's grab our stuff and then head back up. We'll rearrange fungal colony. These are terrible. Projectiles slow down near you. You're immune to electric damage, but metals and liquids around you electrify constantly. Ugh. That does tend to make things real splody, doesn't it? Or no more knockback. Extra wand capacity, invisibility. Or a one-off. One more time. I'm faster. No, you're invisible until you do literally anything. At which point in time you're no longer invisible. Yeah, you can sneak around so long as you don't do anything. I don't think I have a use for this yet. I'm gonna leave that there for now since it doesn't do us any good. You're goddamn right the gods look the other way if they know what's good for them. Yeah, I don't know about the triple plasma beam. I've already left the sanctuary, so it doesn't really do me any good anyway. That's fucking on fire. Yeah, good for killing, not for digging. I feel like it's 1, 2, 3, 6. It's all the same to the game at this point. Hell is just a word. The reality is far, far worse. Do you see? Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah! I'm not sure what I hit. I'm upset about it, though. Are you guys... Seriously? Oh, that's shooting at me. Yeah, why don't you guys do me a huge favor and get the fuck out of here? Thanks. The fuck? Yellow? Yeah, why don't you make like a tree and get the fuck out of here, man. What is this? Oh, that's deadly to me. That's deadly to me. That's nice enough. I like that quite a bit. I don't know if I like that enough. Yeah, I do like that enough to carry it around on. Neat. I was just thinking this game needed more snipers. Are you fucking with me right now? I feel like we got him. Holy shit. You're never gonna guess who found our wand. This is roughing us up, man. Plasma Cross is the big scary, you're not wrong. I've chosen this path. Yeesh. Man, but then it does something like that and it totally redeems itself. Yellow. We got him. You know how I know we got him? Because it's raining gold. I'm stuck. Thank God that guy had his thank God that guy had his own bullshit to deal with. Because I was stuck waist deep in water. Thank God that guy had his own troubles. Because ultimately, if he had been living a carefree existence, I'd have been in deep shit. Yellow? Huh. A lot of bullshit happening in this water. That one's kind of interesting. That one's kind of interesting. I kind of like that one. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I can't even begin to tell you how over snipers I am right now. Got him. I got one of them. Uh-oh. I was gonna say, if I didn't take that wand, who did? That's the wrong one. That's the wrong wand. Is he dead? I had to have gotten him. Eh, not worth it. 64-bit robot, what's going on, man? Yeah, happy Minor League Monday to you as well. Yeah, right. I don't remember what this one was, but yeah, that sure was. That sure did exist. For better or worse, this was kind of what I was up to. Oh. Pretty minor, we have 9 hours on the time. No, I did. That was you. 9 hours on the timer. Minor League Monday, etc., etc. I feel like I read that right. The league isn't very minor today. It hasn't been crazy. It's been intense by Monday standards, but not like not out of control for sure. I'm not really sure what my plan is right now. I'm just kind of winging it. I don't really have a plan. It's like yeah, medium league Monday. And Quap, what's going on? Happy to have you here as always. I have to pee. That makes sense. It is 1:38. I refuse to throw away perfectly good non. I have quote unquote finished the work. That's intense. I have finished the work and been turned to gold twice in this game. I'm sure there are other outcomes. I'm 1,000,000% positive there are other outcomes than that. But that is what I know. That is what I know as the ending of this game. I'm so stupid and impatient. Didactical Array with 10 gifties. At Zocco, Fidgets, Broken Wings, Bepis Dog, Joel Snug, Jesse Works, Ozonics Gaming, Heaven Sent Fool, Professional Failure, and Pilgrim. Thank you so much, Didactical Array. When am I going to convince myself it's a good idea to hold completely still when this shit's going on? Wow, Aaron with 1,000,000 channel points redeemed to drop a highlighted message. Oh wow, this is going to take a while to earn back up to Jiminy Christmas, Aaron. Mad lad. I probably don't need to go this way. I'm probably making this way harder on myself than I have to. Aaron, congratulations. You must feel strong and good. Brave enough to take on the world. Wait, is that gonna summon this bullshit over here? It sure is. Game's struggling. We'll just wait. We'll wait while it figures itself out. Are we good? Friend? Wow, what the ass? I've never killed him before. Meteoricide. Huh. A lot of shit on this. And eggs. And eggs. Can't see the very top part of the wands? Yeah, man, life is fucking cruel like that. there's nowhere good to put it. I mean, like, maybe I can put it up here. Maybe that would work. I don't know that it's gonna block anything important up there, maybe. I just feel like anywhere I put, it's like when we were trying to, like, add stuff to the screen during Isaac.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
I got you. I'll add that manually. 540 seconds. I feel like that's back when we were trying to add stuff on Isaac, and wherever you put it, it was like, that covers the boss's health bar. Oh, okay, let me move it. I can't see your trinket. Oh, okay, let me move it. I can't see your health. Oh, okay, let me move it. I can't see your consumables. Let me put it in the middle of the screen. It's intrusive there. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, if it's not blocking anything there, we'll leave it there for the rest of Noita for sure. JJ Madison, thank you for the 12 months of gifted subs to No Hugs for You. Drop the orb wand. I suppose. Oh, I don't want this though. If I'm dropping it, I'm dropping it to hold on to this wand because it's like it's a little machine gun. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh, is that piercing that's on that? Yeah, maybe I should have given that a second thought then. Hold on. I definitely think that I'm whittling my... That's scary. I definitely think that I'm whittling my way back up. Damage plus. Yeah, that mana charge speed's really good, so I feel like if we're gonna betray something, we gotta betray bubbles. We back! I don't have a torch, though. I don't know why that was important to me. Hot Rock doesn't let me see, though. Yeah, Hot Rock doesn't give light. I had a torch. I left it in the caves. I left it in the coal area, the coal pits. Bear with me. I don't think if we go into holy mountains we've already been into and then have left again, we can't alter our wands. If I understand correctly. Sure, Oppenheimer. I think I'm right, but I have been wrong before. I'm just curious. Ah.
Hey man, those are bits.
With you in a second. Are you shitting me right now? Got him. Okay, I have a rough idea of where I am now. The fuck? This adds 30 seconds. Yes. Oh, this blocks health now. Hold on. Dude, back up. I fucking warned you. Ooh, no. You don't want to beef with this man. Sounded like it hurt real bad. Yeah. Are you fucking with me? I had a feeling that this was the same place. Now I know for sure. I don't think I can physically get back up there, which is kind of a pain. It does mean a long walk over. Or a long drill back up. Oh, not so bad. Never mind. Noah, thank you for the biddies. Yeah, fast movement has taken a lot of the heartache out of this, for sure. I forgot that I had it, if I'm being honest. But it has been supremely beneficial. Oh, that's the wrong one. I don't know what the fuck this area is. This area is a mystery to me. I don't know anything about this spot. I've never been down here before. You guys okay? Ah. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know how is it possible? How is it possible that I can go down that path but I can't physically fit back up it? How is it possible for me to fit through that space on the way down, but not on the way back up? That doesn't make any sense to me at all.